wanted to share with you and have a discussion around the difference between managers and leaders, or managing and leading. It's an interesting idea. For decades, and probably for much of the 20th century, we thought of leading as managing, and I think they're two different things. There are some overlap, there are some things that we probably could say they're similar, but I think conceptually and from kind of a values perspective, they're very different. So I thought in this short video today, I would just share some characteristics of what managers or managing looks like, and what leaders and what leading looks like. So let me just share some of these. A manager is oftentimes characterized by this: they give directions, they tell people what to do, they focus on getting tasks done, they focus on the short term, and they develop processes to keep people and things running smoothly. So you kind of give an overall theme. Now, some of those don't sound so bad, right? I mean, there is a significance to getting things done and tasks, and it's more the heart of what happens. Managers are far more interested in telling. They just tell people what to do. They're looking for the short-term win. What are we going to get done in the next few minutes? What are we going to get done today? They're really zeroed in on just simply right now in the immediate. They're also far more interested in creating processes and systems to manage people and things kind of equally. And what we generally know is people don't generally like to be managed, all right? They like to be led, supervised, coached, cared about. Now, does that mean that all managers necessarily like this? Well, don't get the title of manager confused with the idea of leading as a manager, right? I know we have a lot of titles that have manager in it. That doesn't mean we have to manage, though. I hope that makes sense, right? We can still lead even if our title's a manager. It's really looking at the mindset of a manager, which is more focused on, I'm the boss, I'll tell you what to do it my way, you don't really need to ask a lot of questions. So managers oftentimes don't get a ton of cooperation in sense of the willingness, right? They also don't get a lot of initiative or people taking appropriate risks or being creative and sharing ideas and thoughts and being open with that. You see a lot of people that are being led by managers and through kind of a manager style are ones that are going to say, it's not my job, no one told me to do that, right? Let's look at the other side of the coin when we look at leading or leaders compared to that managers. Here's some characteristics of a leader, and there's lots for these, but let me just give you a handful. They set direction. Hear the difference in words and the heart behind it. They set direction. They guide people to achieve. They support individuals and teams so they willingly want to get things done. They focus on the long term, and they develop processes to define a clear vision of the future that inspires, supports, and aligns people to achieve that vision. So leaders are still about getting things done and being productive, hitting goals and benchmarks. They do it in a different mindset, though. They're more focused on how do we do it together, how do we work together, how do we go in the same direction because people are willing to, not because I'm telling them they have to. Leaders work hard not to have to exercise their power and authority, but to exercise relationship and to exercise empowering people and engaging people and allowing people to be motivated and not necessarily seeing themselves as the motivator, right? So a manager oftentimes sees themselves, I'm the one that has to motivate. Leaders say, I can create an environment for motivation to occur, but I'm looking for individuals to motivate. So the difference between the managing style of leading and the leading style of leadership. In a later video, we'll talk more about this from the perspective of transactional leadership versus transformational leadership. Have a great day.